Good morning and welcome to Fast Horses Today. Today is Sunday. It is September 29th. It's the end of the first racing week over at Santa Anita. And, just a couple things I'd like to highlight over the past weekend. I really want to give kudos to Santa Anita for creating these new betting opportunities with these low takeout bets like the late double, which is a $5 double, and then also that late pick three, which is a $3 pick three. For example, yesterday, that late pick three, being a $3 increment and a low takeout, ended up paying $171, which, in hindsight looks wonderful when you're talking about a favorite like Johannes winning that last race. There were really no big prices there, and the pick three paid $171. So, I think that, we'll see some nice results for bettors. And, as bettors, we always have to look at when a track gives you opportunities with low takeouts, it's probably, worthwhile to try it because, you're getting more money back. They're returning more money to the bettors, and that's what we want as players. So, kudos to Santa Anita for doing that. I always like to highlight when a track does something well for the horse players. So, unfortunately didn't have either of those pick threes over the last couple of days, but you know what? We turn the page and move on to today, Sunday. I feel it's kind of a light card, and, when a card's light, as we've talked about, discipline is always key. Maybe you could find a race or two that you might like, and, you could bet that, but, it's, no need to bet every race of every day. But I do like a horse in the fourth race at Santa Anita. It's a 6-furlong grass event. Calbreds, non-winners of 1. And this race is approximate post time about 4:30 here Central Time, so 2:30 there in the Pacific Time Zone. And I really like the one-horse Zip. This horse comes from the Carla Gaines barn, Antonio Frace, who's been riding. And this horse has shown some really nice ability, in my opinion, in his 2 starts. He run twice at Del Mar in 5-furlong grass races. And his opening race, he won by daylight, which, you don't really see horses winning by many lengths in those 5-furlong grass races. So it just tells you that this horse has a lot of quality, got a big speed figure there too. His next race he followed up, I thought, even though he lost a race, he got beat by less than a length, came third. I thought he showed a ton of ability in that race as well. He had come out of the 1 hole, which he comes out of today. When the gate opened, the horse really didn't break out too well. And I don't know if Freysu panicked or the horse panicked. I don't know, but the horse just shot out, ended up fighting for the lead and running extremely well, probably using a ton of his energy into the half mile, being a 44 and change half mile, which was pretty fast that day. And, into the stretch, the horse, just got a little tired, ended up getting beat by 3/4 of a length. And I just feel like this horse has a ton more to give. Just hope the horse breaks well and runs his race. I think this horse is a very talented runner. The offspring of Unzip Me, she was a nice racehorse, and she's produced some nice runners herself. The fact that this horse is sired by has had some nice offspring as well in his young stallion career over there in California. So I do like the one-horse Zip 3-1. Let's hope we can get 3-1. Going to make a win bet there. And then also, Santa Anita comes up with a middle pick 4 here, which starts in the 4th race. So we'll take a shot with a little ticket in the middle pick 4. So we've got the single of that's the 1 horse in the 4th race. Let's move over to the 5th race. 5th race is a maiden special weight, 6 furlongs on the dirt. This is for 2-year-old California bred boys. And there's 2 horses here, that I just feel like they've shown enough ability, in the maiden ranks that they're ready to go. That's the 3-horse Speedy Wilson, 2-1 for Phil D'Amato. Ayuso rides again. I had played this horse last time. He was about 4-1 that day at Del Mar back on August 31st. I thought this horse ran a nice race. Didn't get away too well, which that's the trouble with this horse. He's shown in his 2 races, hasn't broken out well. But, if he breaks out better, this horse has a ton of ability. In his last race, didn't break out well, and the horse had a lot to do. He ended up running right through the field and coming second to a big favorite that day. But I think Speedy Wilson's a nice horse, and should be able to break his maid, and that's the 3-horse. Then I'm also going to put the 9-horse in, who is Sir Tom for Doug O'Neill. Edwin Maldonado again on the horse. Now this horse has had 1 start. He ran early in the Del Mar meet, like that first week of Del Mar, where you really needed to be on the rail and you really needed to be on the lead. This guy, he was even money that day, so word must have been out that he was training really well. He had come out of the 7 hole that day, which, he was trying to fight for the lead, which you weren't going to get over and clear if a rail horse got out. And, he just ended up backing off. So, in studying this horse, it looks like they were really trying hard to get this horse into races at Del Mar, but they were not able to get in. So I don't know if it was, just full fields or what the deal was, but this horse couldn't get into the races. So he's been working out steadily and working out well. So, now he's in here. So he's 3-1. That's the 9 Sir Tom. So I've got the 3 and the 9 in the 5th race. Now let's move over to the next race, which is the 6th race. 6th race is a 25,000 claimer, 6 furlongs on the grass. And this is your bottom rung for grass horses there in Southern California. And I feel like they just put an open race here, really open race. I mean, you could use all if you want, but I'm not going to go into handicapping this race because I don't feel like there's any standouts here. I've got 8 horses I'm going to put in this pick, this late a mid pick 4. I've got the 2, the 3, the 4, the 6, the 8, the 9, the 10, and the 11. If you want to narrow it down further than that, and you've got a horse, please be my guest. Or if you want to put them all, do that too. But I've got those 8 horses. I feel like to hit some price, especially with the single starting it, and move on from there. All right, let's go to the last race of the mid pick 4. That's the 7th race. That's the Zenyatta Stakes, mile and a 16th on the dirt. That's a grade 2. This is for fillies and mares, named after the great race mare Zenyatta. Interesting field. You've got some horses like, I've got 2 horses here I'm going to put in. I'm going to put the 1 who is Alpha Bella. Alpha Bella is 8-5 in the program for Jordan Sadler. Now, I don't know that it's interesting this horse is such a short price in the morning line since this horse has done, most of her work on the turf. So, they're moving her to the dirt. I don't feel like this is a very strong field. So, I'll trust in Sadler. Hector Barrios takes the call. They've certainly won a lot of races. So I'll put the 1 Alpha Bella. I'm not going to put the 2. That's Flying Connection for Todd Fincher. Todd Fincher's got Talamo on the horse. Talamo is somebody that I'm just gonna look at and probably cross off in most cases. I just don't like the way Talamo's been riding, and I don't think that Talamo, is going to be winning stake races in Southern California, presently or in the near future. So that's the horse is 2-1. I'm taking that horse out. I'm going to put the 5 horse who is Desert Dawn for Phil D'Amato. Rispoli takes the ride. Now, Desert Dawn has done some very nice work at Santa Anita. She's won some big races there. She's run with some big horses. I think Desert Dawn's a tough horse to ride. So, Rispoli certainly has done very well in Southern California and done very well over the last few months, with winning a lot of races on dirt, on turf, in all distances. So, this horse, her last win came in January of this year. And it was really more of a Flavian Pratt thing. Pratt got on this horse one time, and he got it done. But if you look at the PPs, you'll see Rispoli has not been able to win with her. Fresu has not been able to win with her, neither has Hector Barrios. But I feel today, 8-1, this horse might get overlooked. And, it might be, do it at your own peril because she is a nice horse. So Rispoli can get this horse going. I think she could finish up. That's the 5, Desert Dawn. So that mid-pick 4, which starts in the 4th race, that's a $16 ticket. I've got the 4 with the 3-9, with the 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 with the 1-5. And it's a $16 ticket, as I mentioned. Okay, now let's move over to the 8th race. I'm going to take a shot with this late pick 3, the $3 low takeout pick 3, which today is races 8, 9, and 10. Take a shot with a ticket here. The 8th race is a 6 furlong grass event. This is first level allowance horses for California bred. So they look like they have 2 divisions of this today, the 4th race and the 8th race. I think this is probably the weaker one. Tough race to just find one horse. I'm going to go against the program favorite, which is a 1 horse straight luck. I don't think that this horse will be ready to win in California based on his recent record. I'm going to go with the 3 Refocus for Doug O'Neill and Rispoli. On the grass, Rispoli certainly does nice work, and it seems like, he makes a difference in a lot of these grass races, riding against some of these guys. That horse is 10-1, that's Refocus. I'm going to put the 4 horse who is Capital Outlay for Peter Miller and Juan Hernandez. Now, as I've mentioned over the last couple of days, looks like Miller had horses scratched out of Santa Anita races. So I don't know what went on there, but, he did enter 1 yesterday, and that horse did win. So, Peter Miller here, the 4-horse Capital Outlay with Juan Hernandez at 4-1. I think the horse is live. And then I'm going to put the 7-horse who's belly up for Brian Corner, 6-1, Mario Gutierrez. I remember betting this horse a couple times at Del Mar in these 5 furlong grass races. Ended up getting beat on the wire in one of those, and then the next race the horse just ran an even race. It was a disappointment for me as a bet. But I'm going to put this horse in, to try to start off this late pick 3. Mario Gutierrez, I don't think he rode too well at Del Mar, but it seems like jocks that had not run well over at Del Mar have done better at Santa Anita. So, a guy like Valdivia got a win, Espinoza got a win. Those 2 guys that didn't really win anything over at Del Mar. So maybe Gutierrez will follow suit and get the job done. That's the 7 belly up. So that's the 3, 4, and 7 that I've got there in the 8th race. Let's go over to the 9th race. 9th race is that's the Santa Anita Sprint Championship, which is a 6 furlong dirt race. And, this is a grade 2 as well as a $200,000 purse. I'm putting 2 horses in. I'm going to put the 1 Fort Bragg for Bob Baffert. This horse, certainly has a lot of back class, has run well at Santa Anita with, 3 out of 5 in the money with a win. And, this horse certainly has back class, and, if he runs his best race, he'll be, ready to go at 8-5. Then I'm also going to put the 7 horse in. The 7 horse is For All Mankind for John Sadler. This horse comes off a really nice allowance win over at Del Mar. Short race, is a 5.5 furlong race, but this horse really did a nice job there. He's 2-1. It's one of those horses where, he's kind of lightly raced and has only run twice here in the United States. It started his career in Europe. But, Sadler has figured out this horse is probably a dirt sprinter. He's 2-1 in the program. I feel like the 1 and the 7 should advance this late pick 3. And then in the 10th race, which is the final leg of the late pick 3, final race of the day, this is a mile on the grass, and it's a first level allowance race for fillies. These are 3-year-olds. And I'm just going to put a single here. This is the single is a 10 horse. That's Moment's Pleasure for Craig Lewis and Hector Barrios. Now, this horse gets in because she's a Calbred running against Open, so her Calbred wins don't count towards that allowance condition. So she gets in, and I feel like that's going to be her benefit. I feel like this is kind of a light field of 3-year-olds. And Moment's Pleasure, based off her last races, she ran a super race at Del Mar in the Solana Beach. Ran a huge speed figure there. But this horse has also run well at Santa Anita, so I'm not going to make it too difficult and put a bunch of horses when Moment's Pleasure at 8-5 should take care of this field. So that late pick 3, which is races 8, 9, and 10, that's a $3 pick 3. I've got 3, 4, 7 with 1, 7 with 10, and that's an $18 ticket. Okay, so let's recap here the bets that we have today. I've got the mid pick 4, which starts in the 4th race at Santa Anita. I've got the 1 with, the 3, 9 with, the 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 with the 1, 5. That's a $16 ticket. And then I've got the win bet on the 1 horse, which is Zip Om. I expect a big effort out of Zip Om today. And then we're going to go over to the 8th race and play that low takeout $3 pick 3. Races 8, 9, and 10. I've got the 3, 4, 7 with, the 1, 7 with, the 10. That's Moment's Pleasure on the end. And that pick 3 ticket is an $18 ticket. So, as always, if you see fit, jump in. If you want to add or subtract, you do what's best for you. I wish you the best of luck. Let's get some great trips at Santa Anita. And I wish the folks over at Santa Anita a great, safe day of racing. So as always, I thank you so much for watching. Please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, like, dislike, make comments. Let's create a discussion. I do appreciate that. So as always, I do appreciate you watching the show, visiting the channel, and let's make it a great day at Santa Anita, the great race place, and let's finish up this week strongly. Thank you very much, and we will see you next week for more coverage at Santa Anita.